Welcome to another edition of a Sport of Law. And if I look excited, if I look tank, it's because I am. Today is Saturday, May 2nd. And if you're a boxing fan or a sports fan, you should know it's fight night. Is today. Mayweather versus Pacquiao is going down today. And I'm tanked, man. I can't wait. We a few hours away as I bring this to you right now. But today I'm here to talk about the NFL draft more so. But um, I'm sorry. Let me reintroduce myself. I am TD Barry. This is a sport of law. I am your judge, jury, prosecutor, and defense. And like I said, we're gonna talk NFL draft, man. The draft is wrapping up. Um, some teams left some question marks out there about the decisions they made. Other teams, man, they put themselves in good position to start the season with. Um, just quickly to go over some of the good grades I wanted to give out. I think the Patriots did a well job so far in this draft here. The first pick they drafted defensive tackle, which with them losing Vince Wilfork this offseason, that I think that was a good move to try to replace him. Um, they grabbed a defensive back. Um, was it the second or the third round? They grabbed a defensive back, which is pretty much to replace losing Darrell Reeves to the Jets. So I think that was a great. I think New England probably did one of the best jobs this year in the draft as far as drafting for needs. I know it's always you don't really know which way to go if you want to draft for needs or you want to pick the best player that's out there. And often teams fall into the temptation of trying to grab the best player that's out there and not grabbing for needs. But I think the Patriots did a great job of picking in what they needed. They grabbed two offensive linemen. Um, they had three picks in the fourth round in which they used two of them to grab two offensive linemen because everybody in their division around them is pretty much beefing up their defense, and they're going to be coming after Tom Brady this year. I can tell you that. Um, just put on Twitter just in case somebody wants to call up. But yeah, but I think the Patriots did a good job in filling their needs. So shout out to them. Uh, the Eagles. There was a lot of speculation if the Eagles were going to move up to try to grab Marcus Mariota with the second pick, and try to trade the Titans, but they didn't do it. He was too cost worthy. Like Chip Kelly said, they're not going to damage the future of the team for one player. And the Titans kept their pick and they took Mariota. I I mean, I guess with the Titans, like I've said before, if they would have went offense, defense, it wouldn't have mattered because they sucked on both sides. So now I think the Titans they did a good job because they drafted Mariota, and the next round they got him a wide receiver, a weapon to throw to, and the round after that they got him a lineman, an offensive lineman to help protect him. So I think they did a good job in the following rounds of putting pieces around Mariota to help him be successful. The Jets, I think the Jets did a pretty good job. They went defensive tackle and they went wide receiver in the second round, which with them having Brandon Marshall, you can have another weapon to line up the opposite side of him. And they actually grabbed the outside linebacker with their next pick. We have a call. We don't have a call. I don't know what happened there. All right, so yeah, so I think the Jets. I would give the Jets, judging them off the first three rounds. Um, I think I would give the Jets a B. I would give the Jets a B. And we got a caller here. Yeah, this is the sport of law. Who's this?
What's going on, man? It's Deezy.
Deezy, what's going on, man? What's up?
Nothing, man. What's going on? talk about that draft.
Yeah, man. What you think about what your team did? First let you can say who your team is.
Niners fan all day, baby. Niners fan all day, man. I ain't particularly happy with our first round pick, man. I don't think you go with a project lineman in a first round, Eric Armstead, but I'm sure you know what they're doing.
Do you think would you have rather they went offense for their first pick, or do you think going defense was the right thing?
Absolutely offense, man. We should have won offense, man. You got man with as many wide receivers, man, and top tier wide receivers that you had in this draft, man. It ain't no reason we shouldn't have reached and grabbed the top receiver in this draft, man. We had one of the last ranked offenses, passing offenses in the league, man. Come on, at what point are you gonna go get a receiver?
Yeah, that's a good point, and it was a lot of receivers out there, man. It was a lot of them. Who did y'all grab in the second round? Let's see. Okay, so y'all went defense again in the second round, and with the safety Tart.
Listen, man, we got two all pro safeties, man. Two all pro safeties. I mean that have been to the Pro Bowl before.
Right.
What do you need another safety for? I mean, I checked his tape. I looked at him a little much about him for his draft day, but I mean, I just don't see it. I don't see how it's a smart pick, man. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. We need a linebacker. We need a cornerback. Patrick Willis retired. My other man, rookie last year, retired. Like, well, I don't know what they're doing.
So what would you grade? What grade would you give your team for their draft?
Man, in my eyes, as a fan, man, I would give him a D right now. In my eyes, time will tell, though. Time will tell.
A D, solid D. You think anybody made out pretty good this weekend in the draft?
I mean, number one overall, man. I'm a big fan of Winston. I mean, so you got to love a quarterback that's already ready-made, man. And to go into an offense with two Pro Bowl caliber wide receivers, man. I mean, it's like his birthday right now. It's like Christmas.
Right,
You can't get no better than that.
right. We'll see, man. Um, you it's fight night, man. So go ahead, and speak your piece about what's going to happen tonight in the fight.
Oh man, the sport of law needs to know this, man. I gotta tell y'all, cause I know majority of y'all is the Mayweather dudes. Pac-Man taking my man out ninth round. It's over, man. He hitting that deck. He hitting that deck, sport of law.
Ninth round knockout.
Ninth round KO, baby. It's over.
Man, that's all these knockout predictions, man. That's crazy. I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
man.
We'll see though.
I
We'll
hope I,
see.
I hope I call him back next week. I hope I call him back next week to say I told you so.
Yeah. That's. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. I definitely need to hear from you next week, no matter what happens. If y'all call this show, I'm gonna call you while we on air.
Indeed.
All right, man. All right. Thanks for calling up, Deezy.
Thanks for having me, bro.
All right, man. Enjoy the fight.
All right.
So there you have it. We have a Niners fan. We have a disgruntled Niners fan. Um, the Tart pick. I don't really object too much to the Tart pick. But yeah, he was right about the DN and Eric Armstead that the Niners grabbed in the first round. I don't know. Put Twitter out there again. Anybody else want to call up? So me personally, as a Colts fan, if I talking to you as an Indianapolis Colts fan, I personally am not happy with our first round pick. I'm I'm not happy with the position selection. I'm happy with who we picked because yeah, Philip Dorsett, man, he's fast. He's very speedy. He ran a 4.2, and I haven't seen too much tape on him, but from what they showed when he got drafted, he runs excuse me, pretty good routes. And um, yeah, and he's pretty much going to be there for a return specialist. So he's going to take Josh Cribb's spot. So, but I do think we should have went after defensive back, and then the Giants traded up in the second round to grab. You know, they took the Titans pick, the number one pick in the second round to grab Landon Collins, which I think the Colts should have made the crack at. And then the Colts end up trading away their second rounder to the Bucks, so they didn't have a second round and end up picking first overall in the third round and got Dewan Smith, a cornerback, which he's good. But I think if they would have utilized their picks correctly and they would have kept their second round pick, I think they could have got, they could have fared better. I personally think Quentin Rollins probably end up being better than Smith, and Quentin Rollins end up going to the Packers. So I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. But other than that, the Patriots, I think they fared off pretty good. The Eagles, I think they did good in filling their needs. The Philadelphia Eagles, they grabbed a wide receiver and a couple defensive backs, and another linebacker. So I do think they did a good job doing that. Just by looking here, some of the other headlines of the draft, you had the Broncos drafting Shane Ray, which had the marijuana problems or whatever. He had the citation for marijuana, so he ended up dropping all the way down to the 23rd pick in the first round to the Broncos, which I think the Broncos got a steal for him. And then the Broncos went on to beef up that offensive line, help protect Peyton Manning, and then I think in the third round was it? Uh, the third round they went and drafted a tight end, so to replace Julius Thomas. So Broncos did a pretty good job. The Saints surprised everybody and drafted a quarterback in the third round. Which I don't know if they're going to start preparing for Drew Brees' exit. I don't know how many years he has left on his contract there, but that was kind of shocking to see them take a quarterback in the third round, as high as the third round. And we got a caller here. Caller, you're on the Sport of Law. Who's this?
Candy.
Candy. What's up, Candy?
Hi.
You want to talk about what your team did in the draft? Are you first? Let's tell everybody who your team is.
Oh, the Steelers.
Steelers. All right. So, what do you think about what they did with their first couple picks?
I think we did a good job. I was kind of put off that we didn't get a corner in the first round, but we have a lot of holes to fill. So, I guess we know what we're doing.
Yeah. Now, were you surprised? Because I think they went wide receiver in the second round. Were you surprised at that?
No, I think they went.
No, they actually went. They went cornerback. They went wide receiver. Was it the third? It might have been the third.
Yeah, the third.
Yeah. Were you surprised that they drafted a receiver that high?
I was kind of surprised. But I trust them. I just read something today that we have the most Hall of Famers um, to ever to be drafted to the Steelers. So I guess I trust them, but I was surprised that they didn't go like safety or defense again in the third. But I think the fourth and fifth picks were defensive players. So I'm happy.
Sounds good. Sounds good. The guy Golson, y'all cornerback. I think he's pretty good. I think he's gonna work out pretty good for y'all. We'll see. But yeah, y'all do need a safety though. Y'all gotta replace the long haired guy.
Yeah, we do.
So what grade?
Hopefully we can
What
get
grade
somebody
would
that's
you give your team? What grade would you give them for their first few picks?
A minus.
A minus. Not bad.
Mhm.
Let's clap it up to the A minus. Thanks for calling. You know what today is. I know you know what today is. So let me hear it.
Yes.
What's going down? What's going to happen? What's going to be the outcome tonight?
Um, I really don't know. I'm nervous. I am a Mayweather fan, but I do realize that if anybody can give him a hard time, it possibly could be Pacquiao. He is strong, and um, I don't know. I'm feeling upset. I'm scared.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Okay.
Money May got this. You
He
heard it from
does.
me.
Okay. All right. I'm confident now.
I'm gonna guarantee you, Money May has this. He has it in the books, so don't even worry about it.
Are you betting on the game?
Nah, nah, nah,
Oh, I don't know if you're that confident thing.
nah. I'll pass. But thanks for calling, and we'll see
Yep.
what happens tonight. And good luck to your Steelers.
All right. Bye.
There you have it. You have a Steelers fan who's pretty satisfied with what their team did. I don't know, but the draft is wrapping up. We're in round 7, and I'm gonna finish watching this, and it's fight night. So I will catch y'all next week. You might get an angry me in case somebody gets robbed tonight unfairly. Even if Pacquiao gets robbed, I'm not gonna be biased. I'm still gonna rant. Um, but I don't know. But next week, man, we're gonna talk about the fight. We're gonna look at some of these NFL playoff matchups, which today is Game 7 of the Spurs and the Clippers. This is the last game of the first round. Everybody else has advanced, and we're gonna talk some NBA playoff. We're gonna talk the fight next week, and y'all be cool. How y'all be cool, and until next time.